Good morning. It's 9 o'clock on the first Tuesday of the month, so that means it's time to start the Statesboro City Council meeting. And I'm trusting that Mr. Boyum is going to walk in shortly. If he doesn't, we don't have a quorum this morning, so we might have to have a called meeting and not be able to accomplish as much as we would like to. But we're going to assume he's walking in shortly and continue. Our mayor, Jonathan McCollar, had the honor of being invited to meet with the vice president in Savannah today, so he will not be with us, which means that I, as mayor pro tem, get to conduct the meeting today. We begin, as always, with our invocation and then a pledge of allegiance. It is my turn to do it. So I invite you to hear these words. This is from a book of Earth Prayers. It's from the Chinook Nation. We call upon the earth, our planet home, with its beautiful depths and soaring heights, its vitality and abundance of life, and together we ask that it teach us and show us the way. We call upon the mountains, the Cascades and the Olympics, the high green valleys and meadows filled with wildflowers, the snows that never melt, the summits of intense silence, and we ask that they teach us and show us the way. We call upon the waters that rim the earth, horizon to horizon, that flow in our rivers and streams, that fall upon our gardens and fields, and we ask that they teach us and show us the way. We call upon the land which grows our food, the nurturing soil, the fertile fields, the abundant gardens and orchards, and we ask that they teach us and show us the way. We call upon the forest, the great trees reaching strongly to the sky with earth in their roots and the heavens in their branches, the fir and the pine and the cedar, and we ask them to teach us and show us the way. We call upon the creatures of the fields and forests and the seas, our brothers and sisters, wolves, deer, eagle, dove, great whales, dolphin, the beautiful orca and salmon who share the Northwest home, and we ask them to teach us and show us the way. We call upon all those who have lived on this earth, our ancestors and our friends who dreamed the best for future generations, and upon whose lives our lives are built. And with thanksgiving, we call upon them to teach us and show us the way. And lastly, we call upon all that we hold most sacred, the presence and power of the great Spirit of love and truth, which flows through all the universe, to be with us, to teach us and show us the way. May it be so. Amen. Please stand as you're willing and able and tell our pledge of allegiance. We pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can we do our presentation without a quorum?
Yeah. Usually the presentation, it's not an action.
Okay. So we're just consulting with the attorney and the city clerk and the city manager about how much business we can conduct, and we cannot vote and make decisions affecting the city without a quorum. A quorum requires 3 of us to be here, and what he told you, the mayor is away. Very important meeting with Vice President Harris in Savannah We also have one member who is out ill, and I'm not sure what's up with Mr. Boyum, but Paulette is away in a conference, also representing the city of Statesboro in our interests. So wanted to let you know that it's not frivolous, real life happens. And we haven't heard from Mr. Boyum, so I hope he'll be walking in shortly. But in the meanwhile, we have some things that we can take care of and want to take care of, including a very important recognition. I'm pleased that I get to conduct on the day that we are declaring Arbor Day, because that's a favorite of mine. And so I want to read this proclamation, and then I will invite members of the City Council who are here and the members of the Tree Board to come up and have a picture with me as we call for the celebration of Arbor Day in Statesboro this year. This is a proclamation by the Mayor Pro Tem, and the City Council of Statesboro, Georgia, in honor of Arbor Day. Whereas, in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees, and whereas that holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our topsoil by wind and water, lower our heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Sherry R. Barr, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Statesboro, do hereby proclaim February the 16th, 2024 as Arbor Day in the City of Statesboro, and I encourage all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, I encourage all citizens to plant and care for trees to gladden our hearts and promote the well-being of this and future generations. And it's dated today, the 6th of February, 2024, and I've already signed it. So I will invite the members of the Tree Board and Council to come down front, and let's get some pictures. Okay, come on in, Phil. You're even more popular than usual today, Phil, because you make the quorum. But come have a picture of the Arbor Day proclamation. Okay, you tell us where to stand. Come on, Jenny and Phil.
Sorry.
Sorry, me in the middle? I'm going to slip in here to see. How are you?
Right here with you.
And then Jimmy can take this step forward.
One, two, three. One, two, three. Can you tilt it down just a bit? One, two, three.
Got it?
So, the flag will be presented now.
Yes, did they have the flag?
Forester is here.
The Chief Ranger Pumpkins.
Okay, great.
So
So,
everybody just
while
stand
everybody's
where-
here, we will put this one aside in a moment. We'll get another picture. So, yes,
Okay, this is Chief Ranger Paul Kitchens, Bullitt County Chief Ranger from Georgia Forestry Commission. And this is a Ranger 1 or Ranger 2, Garrett Anderson, and they're going to present the Tree City USA flag. We've been a Tree City USA for 31 years, which is a good thing. So they're going to present that flag to the city.
That's right.
We're going to hold it up and get a picture.
Everybody grab a corner here. Are we balanced? You got this right?
Get out of our face.
Sorry.
That's okay. I don't care.
Lower it down just a bit on that. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. And then we'll have a seat, and Sean has an invitation.
I'm going to officially invite the City Council and the City of Statesboro and everyone here and anyone else. Friday, February 16th, which is Georgia Arbor Day this year. Georgia Arbor Day is celebrated every third Friday in February every year. It's always the third Friday. And the reason I do it in the winter or the end of the winter is because the trees usually need to be planted more in the winter. But anyway, Arbor Day this year, Friday, February 16th at 4 o'clock at Renaissance Park at the corner of West Jones Avenue and Parker Street. That's also where the community garden is. We're going to have a tree planting in celebration of Arbor Day, and we've invited some Girl Scouts. We're hoping everybody comes, and I've invited a lot of kids and stuff, so it should be fun. Y'all come help us plant a tree or watch us plant a tree. So we invite y'all.
Thank you, Sean. And then you carry this.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Decide where that's.
Okay.
Happily, despite illness and folks traveling for conferences, we are a quorum, so we can continue and conduct the business of the city this morning. The next item on our agenda is we have a special presentation that we would like to invite Mr. Henry Clay to come forward to be honored and appreciated. Mr. Henry Clay, and Richard Smiley is going to tell us why.
Well, let's stay right here. Mr. Henry Clay has been with the City of Statesboro Tree Board for over 40 years. He has been very instrumental in the tree inventory, which was started in 1988. Not only that, he was a founding member of the tree board. He is ISA certified arborist, and if we all had 1/10 of his knowledge, we'd be better off. But we got him a little plaque to say thank you for everything. He is actually stepping down now and going to enjoy his life and not have to volunteer anymore. But basically, it's an appreciation for over 40 years of service for the City of Statesboro Tree Board. We thank you so much, and we only hope we can carry on without you. All right.
City Council. Let's come on up.
We have the tree board come up also. Sherry, can the tree board come up also?
Get one with us and then one with everybody.
That's true.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, arrange this lane. That's where.
I guess basically how you were is that, or wait, are we just doing council first?
We're gonna do
Let's
both.
do council,
Okay.
let's do council first. and then
Yes.
Sister Richard, stand in the middle. Maybe you in the middle.
Okay.
And then we'll bring.
All right, I'm gonna try to get over here.
We just follow her directions.
So,
You can tell us how we look the best.
How's that?
let's go. Yep.
Feels a little out of balance.
There's not a good place. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
And then we need tree board and John Washington, come be in a picture with us.
Sherry, is it okay? I invited Wesley Parker. That's
Certainly.
his name. So he's
Yeah,
not here.
Wesley.
so it's okay.
Come help honor Mr. Henry. So we honored Wesley last year because he's got not as many years as
But
Mr.
still,
Henry, but a few.
years, a lot of years.
So we'll invite him to be in this picture too.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here, Mr.
John,
Thank you, everybody.
step up.
Arrange us again, Lane, who needs to
That's
move?
pretty good.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
And that doesn't mean you can't volunteer. We still might want you.
Thank you, Tree Board, for coming, and Rangers for that important recognition. Moving on down our agenda to item number 4, public comment. Leah, do you have anyone signed up for this portion of public comments?
No, Madam Mayor, for now.
Thank you. Agenda item number 5, consideration of a motion to approve the consent agenda, which includes the approval of minutes from the work session, January 16, the council minutes, January 16, and our executive session minutes from January 16. I call for a motion, please, to approve the agenda.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
So the consent agenda is approved. Item number 6 is a public hearing and consideration of a motion to approve an application for an alcohol license in accordance with the City of Statesboro's alcohol ordinance, section 613A. We have 2. We can do them separately. The first on our having application this morning is Orchid, listed at 1525 Fair Road, Unit 104. So I need a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
A second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All just against? So the session is open. Is there anyone here who wants to speak for the request for an alcohol license at Orchid? Is there anyone here who wants to speak against the request for this license? Is there anyone here who wants to speak for or against the request? Okay. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
So I know this seems silly, but we go through the motions to be sure we stay straight and legal. Any discussion, council? Okay. Is there a motion to approve the application?
Yep. Are we doing both or just the one?
We're doing Orchid.
Okay. So moved.
Okay, a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Not opposed, so that application is approved. And then we'll go through the same thing for Oak 45, a new location at 45 East Main Street. Again, this is a motion to approve an application for an alcohol license in accordance with the City of Statesboro's alcohol ordinance, section 613. I need a motion to open the hearing
So moved.
and a second.
Second.
And all in favor? Is there anyone here who wants to speak for the request at Oak 45? Hearing none, is there anyone here who wants to speak against the request? Is there anyone here who wants to speak for or against this request for Oak 45? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close the hearing. And a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So the public hearing is closed, and I'll call for a motion to approve or deny Oak 45.
And you don't have to do this. On the first item, there were no issues with staff.
All right, we're not saying that anymore, but yeah. So historically, for a while, we did call on each section to say there's no issues, but there are no issues, or it wouldn't have gotten this far. There are no problems with fire, police. Thank you, Mr. King, for pointing that out. So, calling for a motion to approve Oak 45. Thank you. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So that license application is approved. Thank you both. Next is consideration of a motion to approve a proximity waiver pursuant to the City of Statesboro Alcohol Ordinance Section 650 in order to consider the issuance of a pub license to the Poorhouse, POUR, P-O-U-R, located at 25 West Main Street, another new business downtown. And I think, Kane, are you going to remind us about this, please?
Yes, ma'am, Mayor Pro Tem. This is a proximity waiver pursuant to Section 650. This is required where pubs and restaurants and low volume establishments, it's required to do a waiver before consideration of the license when there are proximity issues, which there are here, but y'all are allowed to give a proximity waiver on these.
Which facility is it in proximity to?
Encounter Church was one of the
Yeah,
issues, and
church.
that's no longer an issue. There was a church.
So if that church isn't there, then what's the issue?
In case another one comes in the same location, would that cover that?
It's not there now, but.
Now, the reason I bring this up is because that church is in a commercial building. And to me, that should not count against any business that wants to go in there because, you know, it's not a standalone dedicated property to a church. It could be a church one day and then it's a boutique the next day and then it's a barber shop and then it's a church again. So to me, those, I don't know how we write that in, but those need to be excluded from these exemptions because they're fly-by-night churches for the most part.
Well, Ms. Boyd, if you remember at the last work session, that was the item that we talked about, and the plan is to bring that back to, specifically in the central business district,
Sure.
where you have businesses, and a storefront church could pop up in any location in the central business district. And when that happens, that would knock out another business from being able to come. So that item is going to come back before you at the next work session. And then you would eliminate the need for the proximity waiver, if that's the will of the council. But that was the reason we put that on the agenda the last time, because we've had people that want to open businesses, and what we don't want to do is we want to thrive in downtown, and so we don't want to disqualify locations because a storefront church comes in. So that's going to be coming forward to you.
Any further discussion? Okay, then we need to have a public hearing and consideration of a motion to approve this application. Wait a minute, do we need to?
Not
First we got-
for number 7.
Since it's moved, we don't have to.
The church is closed, I take it?
That's what I'm reading here.
I got you.
Okay, so we don't need a motion to approve the proximity waiver because we don't need one because it's not a
If
church
it's,
right now.
it's not, if it becomes a church later in the future before we amend our ordinance, it's grandfathered in, so it's not necessary.
Okay. So we don't need to deal with number 7, other than that we'll look at it again later in the month. And we'll move on down to agenda item 8, which is public hearing and consideration of a motion to approve their application for an alcohol license in accordance with the City of Statesboro Alcohol Ordinance Section 613A for the Poorhouse, which is located at 25 West Main Street. So I need a motion to open the public hearing, please. And a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
All right.
And is there anyone here who would like to speak for this request for the Poorhouse? Is there anyone here who would like to speak against this request? Is there anyone here who would like to speak for or against the request? Hearing none, we'll close the hearing. I'll ask for a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
All right.
So the public hearing is closed, and now I'd like a motion to approve or decline the Poorhouse request. So, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
All right.
So their application for an alcohol license is approved. Item number 9, consideration of a motion to approve the award of a department-owned firearm to retiring Deputy Chief Rob Bryan. Any discussion about this? Yes, we've done it before.
It's not an unusual item after 25 years of service, and we recommend approval.
Thank you. So I'll call for a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Okay, so that firearm will be presented, please. Item number 10, consider,
Point of order, Ms. Mayor Pro Tem, can we consider 10, 11, 12, and 13 all together, since they're all purchases of vehicles?
They look pretty similar. Do you see any reason to separate them out, Mr. Penny? Or the clerk, what do we need to do?
One is,
Consider them together.
Is one different?
one is different. One is,
13 is a purchasing
it's a purchase contract, the other two are.
So we'll combine 10 and 11 would be okay, Mr. Boyd? So 10 and 11 are both for a crew cab. Agenda item number 10, consideration of a motion to award the purchase of a new 2023 or newer Ford F-350 4x2 crew cab with landscape body in an amount not to exceed $75,000. If approved, will be purchased using funds from the GM lease pool. And then similarly, item 11 is a motion to award the purchase of the similar new 2023 or newer Ford F-450 350 4x2 crew cab with a service body in an amount not to exceed $75,000. Again, using funds from the GMA lease pool. Is there a motion
And number
to?
12.
And number 12 is for.
Oh, we're gonna put 12 in? I thought you
Yeah,
said number
13
seven.
is separate.
Well, thank you. You're right. 10, 11, and 12 are also. 12 is consideration of a motion to award the purchase of a new 2023 or newer Ford F-350 4x4 crew cab with a service body not to exceed $67,000. Again, will be purchased using funds from the GMA lease pool. So, may I have a motion, or is there any further discussion about any of this? May I have a motion to approve these three items?
So moved.
And a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So 10, 11, and 12 are approved. And now we'll look at item number 13, which is consideration of a motion to award a contract to Deere & Company for the purchase of a John Deere 317G compact track loader per Sourcewell cooperative purchasing contract in the amount of $71,864.06. This item will be purchased with funds approved in the 2023 CIP budget, item WTP 23, and funded by water and sewer system revenues. May I have a motion? A second. Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's have a vote on this motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And so the motion passes. What other business do we have from City Council today? I know I had, Dr. Rhodes at a couple of things coming up that I wanted to remind people of on my notes. We've got a comp plan hearing next week. Jason, is that in my notes? The comp plan third and final public meeting will be next Tuesday, the 13th at 4 o'clock over at First United Methodist, and folks are invited to come out and make their opinion known. This is an important comprehensive plan. It governs a lot of what the city can do over the next 7 years. So if you have an interest, please come and attend that. We also have another Family Fun Resource Day coming up. That'll be Saturday, February the 24th. And this time we're hosted by the Statesboro Convention and Visitors Bureau. So y'all remember, this is part of the mayor's initiative of Village Builders. So we have different all over town set up places where we pull together resources and invite community members in. We've had two that were very successful. And there will be another one Saturday, February the 24th from 10 to 3 at Convention and Visitors Bureau. Anything else from City Council we need to highlight today? Then I want to call on Mr. Penny to share his report with us.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, just a few things I want to call to your attention. First, congratulations to the mayor and the members of the city council, and to the youth commission and to our staff. This morning, I had the pleasure of looking on TV and saw we were on the news. We made the news. We were awarded by GMA, the Georgia Municipal Association. We were recognized as a visionary city for the Village Builders Initiative. And so we want to congratulate the mayor and the council for moving that initiative forward. We also want to thank, again, the Youth Commission for their involvement because they were very instrumental in establishing that initiative. And then our staff, and Dr. Lestara Mitchell for all the hard work that she has done and continues to do on a daily basis. So congratulations to you all. And then also just want to announce that our mayor has been appointed by nationally the cities as chairman of the university's community council. And so that is certainly an honor for the city of Statesboro. especially considering we are a university community. So we appreciate that appointment, and congratulate the mayor. And then, moving on up, Councilmember Paulette Chambers, who was elected vice president for District 12. I think she was my second vice president, but she actually has now moved up to first vice president for District 12. And we are broken out into districts, and we're in District 12. Georgia is such a large state, but we congratulate Ms. Chambers on that major accomplishment as well. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. And also, I'm not sure I mentioned before, Representative Chambers is not with us this morning, but she's working for the people of Statesboro. She's at a conference, a Habitat National Conference, looking at housing issues, which we all know is important here in Statesboro. Thank you, Mr. Petey. And we have public comments. I think we did have one person signed up.
And I think that person may
Okay. I'm looking for my note, the name of the person.
Peoples.
Mr. People signed up. Yes, please come and address us and begin with sharing your name, please.
Good morning. My name is Eric Peoples. I was encouraged to come speak to you all about our business here in Statesboro, Georgia. We've been open for 8 months, and our business is called Universal Safety Solutions of Statesboro. What we do is we do commercial fleet and emergency vehicle upfitting. So everything you need to make a police car, a work truck, or what have you, we sell and install. There's 4 of us that work currently. We have me, I'm from Scriven County. Another young gentleman named Ashton, he is a Georgia Southern alumni, an electrical engineer. And then our lead tech is a retired officer out of Swainsboro. His name is Christopher Griner. And we have one more younger lad, his name is Hunter, and he is a retired officer out of Savannah. So I was encouraged to come speak to you guys because our competition is a bit bigger. West Chatham out of Savannah, and I think Dana out of Florida. We're younger guys, we're local here. Like I said, we grew up in Scriven, so that basically means you live in Statesboro, if you want to eat at least. That's just what I wanted to tell you guys, and as you guys consider and you vote to make Statesboro a better place to work and live, we would love to help you make Statesboro a safer place to work and live. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We didn't have anyone else signed up to speak today. Okay, thank you. And so now a consideration of a motion to enter into executive session. Do we need an executive session? Okay, we're going to have a short, sweet meeting today. I'll consider a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Got a second? All in favor? So thank you all for being here this morning. Have a great day. Good night.